What is consulting? Consulting is a demanding profession and requires certain qualities to succeed. A study by the Association of Management Consultants, AMC, Personal Qualifications of Management Consultants, found the following attributes essential to a successful consultant: understanding of people, integrity, courage, objectivity, ambition, problem-solving ability, judgment, ability to communicate, psychological maturity, good physical and mental health, physical etiquette and courtesy, stability of behavior and action, self-confidence, intellectual competence, and creative imagination. Jim Kennedy of Consultants News boils down the requirements of consulting to appearance, brains, and charisma. Recognizing that no one element in itself is sufficient, he developed the following formula: brains plus either appearance or charisma equals success, or brains plus appearance plus charisma equals superior. The consulting process is best understood with awareness of these things, along with knowledge, skill, credibility, personality, code of ethics, and lifestyle. Consulting is a process that normally has stages. The difference between a successful consultant and an unsuccessful one lies in the understanding of the following steps of the consulting process: starting your consulting practice, developing your business, securing clients, working with the client, implementation of a plan, evaluation, follow-up, and close. You need to be a person with high standards for yourself and be self-motivated enough to constantly push yourself to meet these standards. You must be an inner, directed person. Your self-confidence is the main ingredient for your success. A good consultant is courteous and question things. The more information you have, the better you can work. A good consultant is adventurous. One of the main reasons a client is there to see someone is that she has been doing the same things with the same attitudes for too long without self-examination. It is possible for you to be honest without disrespect. There is a fine line that a good consultant knows how to work with. A good consultant is similar to a lawyer, beautician, or psychologist. All must be good listeners, and listening is an art. If you ask a psychologist how often a patient comes to him or her with a problem, which is not the problem at all, but only a smokescreen for the real one, almost always. When you do not know what the problem is, you must have the gift of listening intently with both ears and be truly receptive. Listening is a lost art. Here are some listening tips. Clarity of presenting feelings is 90% of the problem. It is not what you say, it's how you say it. Listen for the inner problem. Listen with your ears and your eyes. Focus on feelings. Never blame, judge, or demand. There are many factors that can affect the consulting process. Consultants are either generalists, specialists, or teachers. Specialist provides in-depth, state-of-the-art knowledge that is usually beyond the capability of a company. For example, most companies cannot keep up with the ever-changing equal opportunity commission requirements. These consultants are in high demand. Generalist provides breadth of knowledge for a client. The consultant has advanced knowledge that covers several industries and applies this experience to the client's problem. Teachers. Some consultants use their knowledge strictly to solve client problems, so each time the client has a different problem, the consultant is called. There are important variables to consider. What is your position in the field? How well known are you? Have you been published? How old are you? Being older gives credibility to consultants. What is the market for your service? Is it saleable? Is it needed? Getting started. As an independent, no longer confined to restricted working hours, working days, and working place, no longer required to attend endless meetings, and no longer dealing with other employees, you will be able to accomplish so much in less time, and that time is time that you choose. Your telephone and address book is all that you need to begin. You must personally let people know what you do. There is a difference between an expert and a successful consultant. Any college student can list professors who are regarded as national experts, but who cannot teach. I took a course from the head of a communications department in my undergraduate work, and he could not communicate with his students. The successful consultant is one who translates his or her expert knowledge into useful application for the client. This is an important skill for new consultants. Some skills required are technical skills. Technical skills determine whether the consultant has something valuable to offer the client, such as in particular the ability to apply his or her expertise to the client's problem. In addition, technical skills include the ability to find and solve problems. Too often we view finding and solving problems as one activity. Researchers at the University of Wisconsin found few people are good at both. People who are good problem finders are usually not good problem solvers. Problem finding requires skill in inductive reasoning, whereas problem solving requires deductive reasoning. Few people can successfully use both reasoning processes or switch from one to another. Consequently, the consultant must develop these two reasoning skills to find out and to solve the client's problems. Problem solving leads into another aspect included under technical skills, creativity. We give much to our service with creativity. In his book, Conceptual Blockbusting, Professor James Adams of Stanford University points out that creativity requires breaking out of established patterns in order to look at things in a different way. This approach entails both generating an idea and escaping from an old one. He views the biggest obstacle to creativity as our aversion to problems. Our natural response is to get rid of the problem by finding an answer. Most often we take the first answer that we think of and pursue it. We are reluctant to spend the time and mental effort required to conjure up a richer storehouse of alternatives. The first solution we pursue ends up to be a previously tried solution, and as a result of this, we are reinforcing our own lack of creativity. Good consultants should avoid habits that inhibit creativity and use methods that encourage it. Search for new ways of sensing, thinking, comprehending, learning, and accomplishing for both your own and the client's benefit. Communication. Communication skills are the ability to convey important information is another essential requirement. Consultants communicate in a lot of ways: oral, nonverbal, written, and visual. As a window of routine, most consultants speak with individuals, interview small groups, make audio-visual presentations to large groups, keep informal records, and do written reports. M. Kerr reports in his book, Management Consulting, that 70% of consulting assignment time is spent in communicating with others. Listening consumes 45% of this total communication time, while speaking 30%, reading 18%, and writing 9% consume the remaining time. The consultant must take into account the client's communication style as well. Consultants need to know when it is appropriate to use a particular communication style in any given situation. Interpersonal skills demonstrate the ability to use effectively the behavior of both the consultant and the client during the engagement. These skills include the ability to apply knowledge about the consulting process and about human and organization dynamics. The relationship between the client and the consultant determines the continuation and potential success of all projects. The consultant needs to have interpersonal skills that include trust and openness, but also set the stage for change. The consultant is the helping source. The client is first a human being, then a business person, then a consultee. The client has needs, predispositions, and feelings that the consultant must acknowledge. Being just qualified as a consultant is not enough. Remember, people don't care how much you know until they see how much you care. As a consultant, you are a business person. You must have the administrative skills required for business success and for managing projects, people, and paperwork on a regular basis. Consultants who own or manage a consulting firm must know how to operate many facets of their business. Things such as establishing the business, marketing, pricing, fee collection, and new business development are essential to understand and to be able to implement. Client-consultant relationship. A client needs to establish credibility to be a successful consultant. Clients want someone they can trust, but before they can trust you, they need proof of your trustworthiness. You establish credibility best with knowledge, skills, and work, or consulting experiences. Consultants with 2 years' experience at an international consulting firm usually do not have credibility problems when they go and open on their own. A way of building credibility is through educational credentials, especially from a prestigious institution. The business world respects people with graduate degrees. Clients recognize the hard work and determination needed for graduate work. Other important credibility sources are state licenses, professional memberships, and training seminars. These things are a demonstration of your professional intent upon establishing yourself as an expert. Although credentials do not ensure your performance, they help to relieve a client's initial anxiety. Your reputation and references also help establish credentials. A consultant must quickly build a reputation for good judgment, objectivity, character, and performance. References and past accomplishments indicate good performance. Former clients, employers, professors, and colleagues serve as a reinforcing network for your practice. Ask these people for written recommendations and be sure to ask their permission to show it to clients. Although it is unethical to reveal client identities without their permission, most satisfied clients are more than happy to act as references and will actively promote your reputation. Another requirement of a good consultant in a client relationship is certain personality characteristics. Psychological testing has shown that individuals attracted to the same profession tend to share common interests and to have similar personalities. Consultants are self-starters. They need little outside motivation or direction because they take the initiative to start and complete tasks. Self-starters usually have high energy levels, can work long and hard hours regularly, and thrive on what they do. This inner-directed energy enables them to work under pressure and to meet multiple deadlines, something most consultants have to do. Self-confidence is another trait of consultants. To build client confidence, they need to believe in themselves and in their abilities. They know they must believe in themselves in order to have a client believe in them. They need self-confidence to overcome a client's hesitation. Their code of ethics is usually strong. The client's interest must be placed in front of your own. This means keeping client information confidential, working within your area of expertise, and monitoring your own performance. It is important to have an understanding of communication and active listening. The average person spends about 70% of each day engaged in some form of communication. As far back as 1957, it was found that 45% of our time is spent listening, 30% speaking, 16% reading, and only 9% writing. A much later study done by Rankin shows that people now spend 54.95% of their time listening, 23.19% speaking, 13.27% reading, and 8.4% writing. A large amount of our listening is work-related. Listening is important to social functions, entertainment, self-enlightenment, and interpersonal relationships on various levels. As Ralph Nichols puts it, listening is hard work. It is characterized by faster heart action, quicker circulation of the blood, a small rise in body temperature. There are benefits of effective listening: more knowledge, job success, improved personal relations, and self-protection. There are poor listening habits that we all exhibit, but we just don't realize it, and here are some of them. Being preoccupied with talking, not listening. Predicting what the speaker will say. Formulating a response prematurely. Using ambiguous words. Giving the wrong meaning to words. Avoiding uninteresting material. Distorting a message due to a bias. Oversimplifying answers of explanation. Yielding to external distractions, and avoiding difficult or demanding material. Psychological aspects. A consultant places him or herself in a position of marching to the tune of his drummer. They have come to terms with their own individuality, does not want to be distracted by outside forces with regard to the type of work, where they work, and method of practicing expertise. Someone once said, "The harder I work, the luckier I get." Consultants who do not realize their full potential sometimes chalk it up to bad luck. Luck is great, but for most consultants, chance, circumstances are not the main determinants to success. Research shows that Freud's theory of people just accepting failure is because failure is much more easily accepted than success. In other instances, there are many people who achieve success who simply cannot handle it emotionally. Successful consulting requires testing all your capabilities, which takes mental discipline and concentration. According to Hubert Beaumont in How to Become a Successful Consultant in Your Own Field, no one has ever succeeded in any profession without being able to answer the following questions of themselves. Who am I? What am I? Where am I? Where have I come from? Where am I going? How am I going to get there? The answers are within you and more easily translated by asking the next 6 questions. What kind of consultant am I? How good am I? Where would I like my practice in 5 years? How will I get there from here? Is what I'm doing comfortable? Why not? You need a business plan. A business plan to a business person, consultant, is like a blueprint to a builder. The business plan functions forces you to think through every aspect of your business. You will face many decisions when you first begin a consulting practice, decisions such as how to approach potential customers, do you need an employee, a partner, how much revenue do you need for profit. There is an example of a sample business plan. Cover page, name of company, address and phone, and the date. Introductory summary, your explanation of your features. Table of contents, major topics with page numbers. Your company, the business you're in, and the services provided. The industry, history, current status, and future projects. Market research, customers, estimated market share, sales. Marketing plan, your strategy, pricing, sales approach, advertising, promotion, and service policy. Supporting professional help, lawyer, accountant, banker, insurance agent. An operations plan, geographical location, facility, and strategy. This information was taken from several business plan formats that all said in general these same things.